about that banana shits.
So here we go. Here's what this bottle looks like. It's Sooud Noor Fine. It says on the side, Noor la Lumière, Noor the light. On the back, it's saying something about Dorian Gray. So I guess this has to do with The Portrait of Dorian Gray by the wonderful Oscar Wilde.
Oh, I wish I was an Oscar Mayer wiener.
Love her, because Oscar Mayer was gay.
Was he really?
Oscar Wilde was, yeah.
Oh, okay, well.
Not Oscar Mayer, though. I wish Oscar Mayer was gay. He's a gay man, and his profession is making hot dogs. Should I just pop to the box? This is like the toughest fucking thing to open. Okay, so you open it up. Red and velvety on the inside. You gotta slide it out like that. It says Sooud Paris. It's you can see here it's sealed up on that side, so obviously you open. Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's so fancy. That's probably one of the fanciest boxes we own too.
Oh my god, yeah, and look at this. Will you look at it's like a little pillow with the Sooud. Do you feel that?
Oh yeah, it is like a pillow. I'm sure our little buddy slept so well on his travels.
He did. And there it is. Noor Sooud. It's got the size there. Paris. It says Sooud down here on the cap. You got the O for the Sooud. The top is the fucking tightest, and it's a heavy metal cap. Very heavy metal.
Oh yeah.
Feel that?
Holy crap!
I know. See, very heavy metal.
Newbie proof.
Newbie proof. So there you go. When you take the cap off, that's what it looks like. I'd say the casing here is some of the very best casing, though. Truly, truly. Look at that shit. It's like a glasses case here. It's got the hinge there, and it really just has like a velvety, leathery pillow with the O there. It's a hard casing. Man, the box is just awesome here. I for sure like this a lot more than I like the bottle even, to be honest.
I mean, the bottle's okay. I don't think it's hideous. I don't think it's great either.
There you go. All right, so I guess let's actually talk about the bottle first. Here, before we do anything, there's this weird speck.
I don't know if it's on purpose or not. I tried looking.
I think that's an imperfection.
Oh, perfect! Ours is imperfectly perfect. I love it.
So the bottles all kind of look like this from Sooud. It's either this in the 60 mils, or you get 30 mils that's smaller and black. It's pretty much what it's always going to look like for the Sooud line. I like that they've got Sooud down here. I like the O in the top here.
I really like the slanted.
Yeah.
I think that's different. And, I mean, it's a bottle shape that I haven't necessarily seen before. Or at least the way they use this bottle anyway.
So, as far as the bottle itself goes, obviously it's like an abstracted lipstick design.
See, I was thinking it was like a tissue being pulled out of a tissue box, but that works too.
Okay,
or a candle.
So tissue or candle, or an abstracted
lipstick
vibe here. So, as far as the bottle goes, I'm much more like Lucas 777's personal bottle design rather than his Sooud design here. Does it appeal to me? No, not really.
I don't think it's hideous. I don't think it's boring.
So the bottle, I'd probably give like I'd give it like a 6. It's not shit. I just don't care about it.
I think it's about where I was going to give it.
Now for the smell.
So I guess to share a tidbit about this perfume. This is really exciting, guys. You may or may not know this. But this is like the first perfume that we've bought specifically for both of us to wear.
Yeah.
I mean, all the perfume that like we own, I wear, but this is like the first one that was with the intention of or with the conscious effort of the fact that both of us would wear this.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
It is really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's our first Stefan Humbert Lucas, I think, 777 perfume of any type. And is the first one we smelled from his line, and it was also probably one of the shortest buys that I think we've ever had, where we smelled it, like, and we were just like, we wore it a few times, and we're like, yep.
Getting it.
And
I think that I wore it first.
You wore it first.
We smelled
for sure.
it, and I'm like, I really want to try it. I tried it, and I think one of the first things that came out of my mouth in regards to, I'm like, this could easily be my signature scent.
Yeah, that was for sure what she said. Yeah, a very beautiful, smoky, kind of worn out leather, given a lot of weight by a lot of very dry herbs. Mm-hmm. Up top, I would say, when you first spray it on, you're really getting a lot of the incense and leather here. It's for sure a smoky, dry, dark, kind of worn out leather. Mm-hmm. You're getting the chamomile kind of right out the gate. That's kind of giving it that dark herbal quality. And I would say you get the orris root. That kind of gives it that waxy, kind of
I know what you're talking about.
Perfumey, or not perfumey, lipsticky type vibe way underneath. There's also Artemisia up front as well, which is also just still kind of adding to that spicy quality. I would almost call that more of a spicy note than it is an herbal note. It's herbal, but it's there kind of more so to provide a spice rather than the herb, which is almost all the chamomile, just doing the heavy pull in there in the beginning. And later on, it dries down. You smell a lot of apricot. You smell vanilla. You smell musk. You smell lemon. You're getting a bunch of woodsy notes hanging out there. And this one's really one that goes through progressions. It doesn't stay linear at all or stagnant. I would say this is one of the most complicated progressions through a series of notes, because when it leaves behind the herbal and leather quality, it really leaves them behind. You don't really notice them anymore. It really does become about a smoky peach and some orris root. Those guys kind of stay around the incense and the orris do. But on the dry down, it smells much more kind of woodsy and kind of just sweet and delicious. It really does go from one extreme to the other. You get the very dry, herbal, leathery up top that progresses into this very sweet, complicated, or apricot. A lot of people that I like on YouTube kept saying Sooud. You got to check out Sooud. I was always really turned off, honestly, because of the bottle designs, and because it's just kind of the way that Lucas approached this line, rather than being EDT, EDP, Eau de Cologne, Parfum Extrait. They're in Nectar or Eau Fine versions. The Eau Fine is the Eau de Parfum, and the Nectar is the Extrait de Parfum. And there's so many duplicates of. It's there's the black one and the white one, and they have the same name. And without delving into it, and people just saying that this is this version, and it doesn't have an EDP or EDC, or nobody's telling you what's going on. It's just kind of the bottles I don't care for. It seems too complicated. I don't want to get into it right now. I'll figure it out later. Finally, people just kept recommending it to me enough. I hadn't smelled chamomile in a fragrance before, really. I know the smell of chamomile, but I'd never really smelled it in a fragrance composition. And then peach, leather, and orris and incense, all that just jammed into one. I was like, fine, this is the one we'll try.
Me being a scientist, I'm really excited. At some point, I really want us both to wear it and see how differently it smells on our own skin, using our own biology and chemistry and such, and to kind of see how that works out. Just to kind of see. But I'm really stoked for this. This is a fragrance I'm really excited to wear. For me, I feel it's a nighttime, daytime, probably more nighttime. Maybe it's just because of the top notes right now. It seems very date, night.
But I don't think the leather, I don't think any of it's dark enough.
No, I mean,
you can't get away with it in the morning.
No, I think you could. I think you easily could.
But anyways.
But yeah, I think it could work for any season, really. Any time of day, any season.
Yeah, and it's great because I think this is an incredibly I don't want to use the term advanced because I don't want it to seem like there's a hierarchy of perfume, and once you get to one stage, you look back and you just can't like the old ones anymore. I think that's addiction, and I think a lot of the people who kind of talk like that are people who aren't necessarily in love with the fragrances, but more so in love with smelling something new constantly and just having a novel, like, experience at their fingertips. You know, so I think this is a very advanced, because it's very complicated and very just challenging in a lot of different ways, fragrance, and I think it just kicks ass. Okay, so what would you rate the smell?
I haven't smelled it on my skin for a while, so it's a little bit hard. But I think the way it is right now, probably like a 9.4, 9.5.
Yep.
But again, I think I need to smell it on my skin to... I really enjoyed it on my skin, and from what I remember of smelling it on my skin, it doesn't smell like it smells like on paper. So, ask me again later. What about you?
10, yeah.
10.
Who would wear it, though?
That's hard. I've been sitting here since the whole time we've been talking and trying to think about it. See, there's a thing that I do that if there's things I like, I kind of superimpose them on characters I wish I would be, or I wish I had attributes more like. And so, like, in my mind at first, like, the 3 characters that popped into my mind were Emma Swan from Once Upon a Time, Natasha Romanoff from the Marvel movie series, as well as Irene Adler from the Sherlock BBC miniseries. All 3 women who have, like, leather as a part of their outfits constantly, and who are multi-dimensional in a lot of ways, not always in the best ways, but sometimes most of it's probably just headcanon I have in my head, rather than actual story arc. But I'm not sure if any of those are accurate. I'm not really sure. This is hard. Do you have any ideas?
I had a few, but they're all very strange. But first, I'm going to say, when I smelled this, I thought, this is what I wanted Histoire de Parfums Marquis de Sade to smell like. Truly, like the leather in there, it's a dusty leather, not an herbal leather. And I wanted an herbal leather with some smoke and some sweetness under there, because when you look at the Marquis' writing, what is it about? It's all about fucking. It's about violent, gross, abusive, horrible, horrible, horrible fucking. But the fact of the matter is he takes something sweet and he corrupts it. That being said, I would probably say Juliet from the Marquis de Sade work. Juliet. While I think Ben can definitely wear it, and I definitely plan on it, I think it smells more feminine, and I think, without getting into any of the reasons that it smells like it could be a perfume that Juliet will wear, or just how Juliet smells after having undergone a great deal of debauchery, I think that Sooud's Noor, I don't know how the hell you say this shit anyway, Noor, would smell a little bit like Juliet. That would be my guess.
Trying to be like Ethan from Hee Hee.